and we're back with High Stakes MMA, here to break down this week's fight card between Rob Font and Cody Garbrandt at the Apex. Starting off the card, we got a banger here, man. It's Damir Ismagulov versus Rafael Alves. Damir is coming in here with a 22-1 record. He's fighting out of Kazakhstan. He's 30 years old, 155 pounds, 5'9", with a 74-inch reach. The comeback on Rafael, he is 19-9, so he has quite a bit of L's. He's 30 years old, and he's stepping up here from 145 to 155. He's 5'8" with a 68-inch reach, so he's gonna have a significant reach disadvantage here coming into this one. And just the tail of the tape on the two men, Damir is pretty much an all-around beast, man. He's a former M1 champion, prodigy of Alexander Shlemenko. If anybody knows who Shlemenko is, he's a Bellator legend over there, so it's definitely someone to have a good rub-off on. Damir in his own right, man, he is a banger. He does get it done. He's a grinder, and sometimes he can pretty much do it all. His last couple fights, he's took a decision over Thiago Moises, and Moises, that's actually a good win because Moises is showing, he's going out there and getting good wins himself. Before that, he had a decision win over Joel Alvarez, and anybody that knows Joel Alvarez knows that he's just a wizard on the mat, straight jiu-jitsu ace. So being able to stay out of those positions for 15 minutes shows that Damir is very capable and willing to take it down if he needs to, and dominate whether it's on the feet or on the ground, and stay out of danger as far as the submissions go. Before that, he did have a unanimous decision against Alex Georges, which was kind of lackluster. Before that, he was doing a lot of work in M1. Like I said, he was a former champion over there. And he did do some work over there, man. He kind of fights a little bit different, I feel like, from what he did in M1. He was kind of a little more crazier, and kind of shows he has a lot more knockouts over there. He would kind of go in firefights and just, wing them, let it go pretty much. And in his last 3 fights in the UFC, he still comes forward with that great pressure. It's just I find him being a little more calculated and taking less risks. So it's a good look for him for sure. And on Alves' part, the man's pretty inconsistent. I believe he is on like a 4-fight or 6-fight win streak as of late. But he has a lot of finishes, and a lot of them feel a lot of fluky to me. If I'm just being honest, in his last few fights, he was dropped. Sometimes his opponents just completely gassed out in the 3rd round. He took over. There was one about in 2008, 3 fights ago. 2018. Oh, your boy's living in the past. Mm-hmm. 2018. He got a jumping guillotine in the 3rd round, and he was pretty much, in my opinion, he was losing that fight until the 3rd round, and it was just, all of them just seemed really fluky, man, like all of his last, finishes. So I don't know how much more this man's going to have, how much more luck he's going to have in the tank. I think it's pretty much going to come to an end here, fighting Ismagulov, but I definitely think Rafael is live. He is a crazy, he's a crazy man. He goes out there for the finish, so that's always a good plus, especially being a big dog like I believe he is. So in this one, I don't really have a lot of faith in Alves. I would have to pick Damir. What about you, bud?
So for me, what I see out of Rafael, the turn Alves, coming in out of MMA Masters. He's an explosive fighter. He has some flashy kicks at times. He's looking to put you out with big strikes. He has been stopped in all of his losses. So he has 9 losses, been stopped every time. He has he's more of a basic with his hands. He will try to pressure, and he land a big right overhand right. That looks like one of his favorite his favorite shots. I look for Alves to utilize that. Usually he also uses his judo a lot to get his takedowns. I do see him using his judo toss a lot to try to get you to the ground, but that seems like his really best way to get you to the floor so he can utilize any jiu-jitsu. He does have 7 submission wins to his record, but it's going to be a tough fight for him against Damir. 22-1 on a 17-fight win streak. The first time back, I believe it's like almost 2 years since he's fought. He does throw a lot of combos. He sets up a lot of his shots off his jab. He takes good angles, cuts off the cage real nicely. Decent wrestler, good cardio. But I think for the as for this fight goes, it's gonna look like it's gonna be Damir for me. The odds, they have Damir at minus 570 and Alves plus 395 for bookie. And I mean, I like Damir to win this fight, but that's not something I'm gonna put in any parlays or definitely go straight. That's just too high of a line for me. If you feel like Alves does have a chance to get a finish or win this fight, your best thing would just probably be throwing something on him as a dog. But I would stay away from this one as far as betting goes. But I definitely like Damir to win here.
Yeah, a little weird note with this one too. With Alves, he's never went to a decision and lost it. He's pretty much only won any decision he's ever went to. So the man's pretty much I don't know, man. He's a weird guy to kind of try to put a number on. He does step real heavy on his legs, and he can get in a real low stance. So if Damir is looking for takedowns over and over, I feel like early on they might get stuffed. Damir does have a good straight body punch, which can work into combos coming up over the top of his opponent's hooks and whatnot. But yeah, I believe he's Alves is with Cordero, right? MMA Masters. So ever since he's been over there, I don't know if these fluky wins are just look like flukes, or if the man's actually out there and got a recipe and he's actually getting these finishes, and they're not flukes. But for me, on the outside looking in, it just looks like he's getting real fluky wins, and I don't want to discredit what he's been doing, but that's just the honest truth of what I see, and I just don't think he's going to be able to handle anything Damir has for him. But I don't feel comfortable betting Damir at that number. I would probably sprinkle something on that under, man. Under's 2.5, 155. So probably really just wait till weigh-ins to see if this man even makes weight. I know the only reason he's taking this at 55 is because he has the biggest miss in UFC history at 45. When he was at 45, coming in like over 12 pounds or something like that, which was crazy. So we'll see how his, and that was only a couple months ago, 3 months ago. So he just went through a rough cut, couldn't get it done. We'll see how he comes in here. I don't believe he's going to have any size advantage. He's going to be completely outsized. So, yeah, he's in a rough spot here. He might be live for some fluky shit, but I wouldn't lay any money on it. And I definitely think Damir's aside. Maybe the under 2.5.
All right, so we're both on Damir on this one. This one is as far as the odds go, it's completely one way. So we'll see how it turns out.